Whether you're creating a brand new community or updating and relaunching an existing one, marketing and launching are just part of the equation. You cannot escape them. I'm so sorry to be the bearer of this bad news, but I promise you it's gonna be a-okay, all right? Because it might make you nervous or anxious or feel really overwhelmed to think about marketing your community. But what I'm gonna do in this video is break all this down so you know exactly what to do. I'm Carrie Melissa Jones, and I've helped hundreds of community builders and organizations invest in incredible online communities that have helped them to grow their businesses, all without burning out. By the end of this video, you'll have the exact same step-by-step directions that we guide our clients through in launching and marketing their communities. This video is going to make you feel confident when you're ready to launch or relaunch your community. Step one of this process is to get your purpose crystal clear. In our work, we call this the community compass. It's sort of like the difference between knowing your way around your local neighborhood or your local town and doing that thing that we used to do back in the day where we'd print out directions from MapQuest and try to follow them step by step, but if you took one wrong turn, you'd end up somewhere and be completely lost, okay? If you're a millennial, you understand. How much more secure and confident do you feel when you're navigating a space that you're already familiar with? It's like night and day. That's why it's so important to develop your own community compass so that you're not looking outside of yourself or hoping for some GPS answer to your questions. Your purpose is what's going to help guide you every step of the way so that you can move forward with confidence and clarity no matter what happens. Your community compass is going to include three things: your who, your what, and your why. So who is it that you're serving? What is it you're going to do together, and why does any of it matter? Now, this might seem deceptively simple, but context is queen, my friends. Start with where you're at today, start with the who, the what, and the why that you think you need to move forward, and then go ahead and refine over time. If you want even more context here, I go into even more detail on this specific topic inside of my other YouTube video called How to Design Meaningful Community Experiences. Everything starts with the why. And in that video, I'm gonna not only go into how to set your purpose and get your community compass or your guiding principles down, but also how to use those principles to create incredible and meaningful community experiences. So if you're not clear yet on your why it is that you want to gather your people, the purpose of what you're doing, stop this video, go to that other one. The link to watch that video is right here in the corner of this one. Your next step is to select your technology and keep it simple. Now, this is a huge question, but it's so very important. What platform and larger tech stack should you be utilizing in your community building? It's a huge question, but an incredibly important one to answer. Speaking from experience with our many clients, they often come to us with challenges with technology selection. They might have already picked their platform or are about to, and they picked it because their IT team wanted them to pick a specific platform, their friend liked a specific platform, or it worked for their business, or somebody else referred them, or they found a YouTube video that they liked, and they just decided to go with that platform. You need to exercise caution here because it is very hard to switch community platforms after you've made this choice. What ends up happening is that people will launch something like a Discord or a Facebook group, and they'll end up hating the technology, and their members are all complaining about it and suggesting that they tried these different technologies. And you, as the founder or the creator, start to think, maybe it is the technology, maybe I should switch. And then you go on this fun little merry-go-round where you keep trying new things, and none of them seem to work quite right. It is not a good idea not to be thoughtful about your community platform tech selection. Take the time now up front to get this right. Your job here is to take a look at the landscape of different community technology platforms that are out there and figure out which ones are best for you. So you're gonna ask yourself some specific questions, such as, what platforms are your members already comfortable in and using for interaction? What platforms are going to give you the analytics or the metrics that you need to decide if your community is working or not? What platforms are going to enable the kinds of activities that you want to run in your community? Things like live events, maybe community-created events, asynchronous chats, you name it. You need to figure out which platform is going to enable that for you in the most easy and organic way. On this YouTube channel, I offer a number of videos on community technology selection, and I have a whole free workbook on selecting your community technology stack. You can grab those at the link in this video description, so be sure to use those free resources to their fullest. Now, I know firsthand how overwhelming it can be to select community technology. There are over 60 different platforms on the market today. So my question for you is, would you like me to create another video or another resource specific to community technology selection? Let me know in the comments below. The next step of launching and marketing your community is to start with the basics. The basics. I'm not talking about launching with 15 different channels inside of your Slack team. I'm talking about starting with the absolute minimum. I often recommend starting with something like a general discussion, a membership database, an area for introductions, and that's about it. Don't make it more complicated than it needs to be. So here's a little pro tip from somebody that's done this a lot of times. It's much, much, much easier to launch something really, really simple and learn how you might want to grow it over time versus launching something complex, trying to manage many different spaces and see what works, and then trying to delete. What you want to do from experience is to start simple and grow, not to start complex and then shrink. How many times have you joined a community and felt completely overwhelmed by the joining experience? So this happens to me all the time. And as even an experienced community member, I will join things like Discord groups or Discord servers where there are 25 different areas where I can connect with people, but there's no directions on where I should begin, or there's just very minimal directions. And what I usually do is check into a few areas and then check right back out because I have no idea where to begin. Don't do this to people. Do not overwhelm them. Do not overwhelm yourself. Remember the acronym KISS. That stands for Keep It Simple, Sexy. Once you've got your basic space set up, what I recommend is inviting in some close friends, family members, or potential clients or customers who you know really, really well who will give you very good feedback. Invite them in, let them play around in the space. Once you've got a few discussions going and maybe even a few events lined up for your launch or post-launch period, it's time to go public with this. That's going to lead us to the next step. Now you're at step 4. It's time to launch and market your community. My number one tip here is to use your email list, okay? Use that email list that you've built. I think about it as the holy grail of community marketing. What's important here is that you're not just going to send one email. One email is not enough. Instead, what you need to do is think of your marketing and your launch of your community as a full marketing campaign. So marketing campaigns typically include a number of channels where you're going to go out with messages and a whole bunch of messages within each of those channels, all leading to one main call to action. So for you, that call to action is going to be join my community. If you don't already, make sure that you now create a sales page and create a checkout page and a thank you page experience for when people finally do sign up for the community. So get those in place, and then you're ready to start planning your marketing. There's a lot you can do here with your community marketing, a lot. What I recommend starting with, bare minimum, send between 8 to 10, yes, 8 to 10 emails to your email list about the launch or the relaunch or the specific campaign that you're running for your community. If you want extra credit or extra bonus points or to see an even higher conversion rate on your campaign, what you're going to want to do is expand beyond email. Go out to your social media channels such as LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, wherever else you're already active. Building this up from scratch right now is going to be difficult to do. Go where you already are and share a number of messages on these channels about your community as well. You can run a number of experiments beyond these basics. You can create ads for your membership community. You can do collaborations with other creators to get the word out and share audiences. You can host a live event and a training to talk specifically about what your community is about, but also to give people some education. That is my favorite technique for launching or relaunching a community. There's a lot you can do here. The point is that we're not sending one email. We're thinking about this as crafting a full campaign. So why do we have to do so much here? Why does it feel like so much work? There is a rule of thumb in marketing called the rule of 7, which explains that people typically need to see something, see a message or a call to action about 7 different times before they take an action, like making a purchase or joining a community. Now, this will vary greatly depending on how familiar your audience already is with you, but the point here is that just sending one message is never going to be enough. You've got to fill the gap. You've got to help people understand what makes your community unique, why joining a community in the first place is a good idea, and you're going to have to be visible as the leader in these efforts. Now, I know that that gets uncomfortable. Believe me, I know, I do it all the time for myself, but it is necessary. And that's why it's all the more important to have a group of other people around you who have been through some similar experiences or who are currently going through similar experiences as founders to share ideas with, to cheer each other on, to be part of something bigger together. These are the steps that you need to launch and market your community. Now the question is, are you really ready to do this work? You're probably feeling like you could use some more support in this journey. We work with clients all the time. And even when they know the steps, they try to skip them. And when they skip them, they end up building something that they didn't even mean to build, and not in a good way. To get this right, I encourage you now to watch the video training that I have on designing meaningful community experiences. That's going to help you to hone an idea and concept and activities for your specific context, and then build something that's meaningful for you and your business. So you can watch that at the link in this video description. I hope this video was very, very valuable to you. Be sure to let me know in the comments if you'd like to see future technology selection videos about community platforms. And if you like this video, find me on Instagram at Carrie Melissa Jones. You can screenshot this video while you're watching it, tag me, DM me, send me that screenshot, let me know you're watching it, and we can talk even more on the Instagrams. Thanks everybody, and happy community building.